Hey guys, Foxdrop here with another commentary I'm bringing you guys today. This is a Jungle Maokai commentary, and this is a very special commentary again because it is a commentary I'm doing with Brokenshard. So before Brokenshard jumps in, I'm just gonna press play on this commentary right now, and we're live into the game. So Brokenshard, thank you again for doing another commentary with me and a Maokai game. So can you just to start off with, I just want to know a little bit, why is Maokai not played so much? Why is he kind of not very popular anymore?
I don't know. I just thought Maokai would be good because they first picked Zac, and I thought that it would be a good counter to Zac because if he tries to jump away, I could follow him, and if he jumps into the middle of my backline, I could pop my ultimate. I just thought maybe that we could try some kind of defensive comp. Though that doesn't ever really happen, where a lot of this game is going to be revolved around me getting so many kills in the early game and just completely snowballing.
Well, you do have a pretty sick skin, so...
Yeah. Well, I am the Hanukkah tree.
Oh, God.
I don't know why Maokai isn't played more often. I think it's because... he's really good at lane swaps. That's why I'm really confused, because he's so good at lane swaps at clearing. If you toss your E and then Q the minion wave in the back, they all go to like 30% HP. So if you have a laner with even a decent amount of wave clear, like Rumble or a Jarvan or a Zac, you could pretty much just immediately destroy those waves. So I guess it's just jungler preference. I mean, people like Jarvan, people like Elise, Zac.
Yeah, he doesn't quite fit the meta 100%, but he's still.
Yeah, I mean,
do you think he'll come back in competitive play? You reckon?
I don't know. I think people just. I honestly think people just forgot about him.
Yeah.
That's all I really think. I think people just forgot that Maokai really existed as a strong jungler.
I would say that's similar to Mundo, but you know, I might get shot in the face for saying that. So we'll leave that for another video, so you don't make me look silly in front of all my viewers. I still want to seem cool, Brokenshard, at the end of this game, so you can't talk me down too much. Even if I come up with these completely random segments. So why are you starting at red buff, and specifically why are you starting at golems instead of wraiths?
Alright, so we're doing a 2v2 lane swap. We've put our bot lane on the top lane and our top lane on the bot lane. So I wanted to start red buff so that the bot lane could give me a hand on the golem so I don't lose too much mana and HP. And then I can go and help the top laner, well, the 1v2 laner wave clear.
Okay.
And with Shen, it's really, really good because if you taunt someone at the turret, I can follow that up with a W. Though you'll actually see that does amount for quite a bit of our kills in this lane.
Is there also a reason why you split the XP with Nami? Was that intentional?
Yes, I split the XP with Nami so that I also do this sometimes when I'm on blue side. Sometimes it's also a good idea to do that there, but you know, I just want to get level 3 with the solo laner.
Yeah. Why split with Nami and not with Varus?
Nami level 2 is more important than Varus level 2.
Fair enough.
You can get the heal and the E on Nami, or the heal and the Q on Nami. So.
Okay. So what about your runes and masteries? So for your Maokai page, does it depend per game, or do you have? What are your runes? What are your masteries?
I'm running attack speed reds and move speed quints with armor magic resist, and I'm running 921-0 for the magic pen. I think that's a little bit more offensive for Maokai. You can use the AP quite well. And look, so I'm just sitting here. JWoww kind of just gets jumped on a little bit, gets poked down slightly, and I didn't know. I thought that he might be in trouble. I thought I could jump, so I'm just gonna casually toss a sapling in about a second just to make sure that Elise is not in the bush. So 3 minutes into the game, I would expect Elise to either be top lane to try to help the Zac, or bot lane try to gank us. We spot the Elise. So I'm just gonna mess with her. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be right here, and I'm gonna cue her over the wall so she knows that I mean business, and throw a sapling for some good measure. Is
there a reason why you do that? Because that has given away. You know, you've given away your position, you've given away the fact that you know she's there, so...
Well, because in about a second I was just going to walk into lane and do what I just do right now.
Fair
I'm
enough.
Start wave clearing.
Fair enough.
And they already knew I was there.
Yeah.
So not like I can move to mid lane very, very quickly.
Just helping your Shen get through the early stages of the game. This is also, as well, guys, I should mention this is a scrim between... Is it alternate? I presume this is alternate?
No, this is not alternate. This is AT Gaming, alt-tab gaming.
Okay, sorry. I get so confused. ATN. Sorry, my bad. So TCM, which is Brokenshard's team, which is... Both these teams are probably going to be knocking on the doors of the EU LCS when it comes time to requalify.
Right. So I see that the Elise just backed by throwing the sapling, so I know, okay, it's go time. What me and JWoww like to do is we like to go super aggressive on the lane, and we just like to push it. Like, I'm level 4, and I leveled my E twice, so watch what happens. I'm going to E the back of the minion wave on the back, and you're going to see me completely shred them out. Check this out. Throw the E, impact damage, and then follow damage. Pretty much destroys them, and then I Q them for good measure, and now Shen's going to be able to pick those up with just one Q or one auto attack each. And so, you know, sometimes I'll take a CS, sometimes I'll help Shen CS. It's all about really the experience. So we want to make a play here. Facility gets caught, and then I decide, you know, fuck it, let's go on Zykeon. And here's the big thing. I throw my sapling, and then I W him. He takes both impact and follow damage, and I get the first blood on Zykeon. So we keep following this Caitlyn a little bit, but nothing really happens, or at least I don't think anything. Oh yeah, nothing happens.
Nice.
He just cleanses it out. So JWoww is gonna be just peachy. I pick up a kill.
It looks as though it's going down top lane as well, though.
Yeah, there's a little bit of action going down top lane. I think one of our players is gonna die to. Both of our players are gonna die to Broto because Elise is so aggressive in this early game. He lands a really clutch cocoon and then goes for the kill. So that's. And Broto's a really good jungler.
What were your feelings on the Elise nerfs, by the way, the recent nerfs they did on her, taking away the armor?
But they make her quite squishy.
Yeah.
And like you saw, if she had her armor, she would have taken less damage from the minions and then subsequently less damage from the tower and probably survived. So score is 2 for 2. We have a slight gold lead because we were farming better on the bot lane. And I go immediately for the mobility boots. It's something I like to do on Maokai because I'm already level 5, and I know Elise died with her buff, so she's only level 2. I'm going to make a big play now on this mid lane right now, and we're going to get a kill on her because I see she doesn't have a ward. And the thing about Orianna is that if I don't rush the gank, she can, you know, always back off with her dissonance. But check this out. Look at my position. Look at how I run. I know that, okay, her lane's push. She's thinking, okay, Maokai's not anywhere. I immediately just leg it. I leg it for the top side, and she completely misses me.
That's so close, though. Holy crap.
It's a little bit better, so she flashes out. I could have just Q'd her and then W'd. And then you're going to see one big thing. The sapling
Boom.
picks up the kill. Level 2 sapling is a lot of damage. It's 75 plus 130. That's 205 potential damage.
Not to mention the extra like clear potential you have. It makes you a lot faster when you're clearing the jungle.
Yeah, so leveling, at least I think leveling sapling at least twice before leveling anything else is a good way to go.
Yeah.
And check this out, I make a huge play on Broto right now. We get him super low because I catch him as he lands, but he makes it out alive. Now look at my HP and look at my mana. You know me, and I'm an insane jungler. Am I going to go for this?
Of course you're going to go for this, bro. What kind of question is that?
Yes, I do. Maokai's passive saved me there. The added HP that you get, it's equivalent. It's 72 HP, 7% of a max HP. That's a lot of healing every 5 spell casts. Not only your own and not only enemies. It can be any spell cast, which is kind of why he's really good with Rise, really good with Karthus, and you can duo the dragon at that point because you get so much sustain from it. So I'm a pretty fed tree. I'm 3-0-0, and you know, if this was season 2, I would have probably bought Oracles, but instead I just go for the Spirit Stone Award and the HP Mana Pot because Mana Pot is important on Maokai since. Well, actually, come to think of it, I probably might have been able to buy a flask, and I probably should have bought a flask.
A flask, really? What, a red pot?
No, crystalline flask.
Oh my god, oh my goodness, ignore me, ignore me.
Yeah, crystalline flask is good on Maokai because you use a lot of your mana. It's also good on Nasus. It's good on like Darius or Udyr as well, but it's not really that bought often. I bought like 2 or 3 mana pots this entire game just for the early lane phase.
Yeah.
It's like 100. It's 105 gold. It's not that big of a deal. And we make another play here on bot lane. We go on Zykeon, and I think he makes it out alive. And we decide to back off here. No, I decide to be a little bit more aggressive and deal some more damage.
This is the thing, when you get Moby Boots, your lane ganking is insane.
Insane. So, JWoww says he's got Taunt up now, and then we're going to go on Zykeon right now. And he's going to live. So I'm going to kill Zykeon now. The sapling actually doesn't hit him. But I pick him up just fine with my last auto hit. And this is why I love JWoww.
Oh, wow.
He's just like in tune with my crazy side. We go in for the Caitlyn at no HP, and we pick her off just fine. We nuke her down, and I pick up I'm a 5-0 tree right now, so...
What do you think about the carry potential of people like Maokai? Because traditionally they're not really carry junglers, and now you're 5-0-0, so...
But I get real tanky, real fast.
You still think you can carry with that, with just being tanky?
Of course, and I do carry with it.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is, yeah, it's a good point. Like, if this is a scrim like versus a top team, well, you know,
I guess they're a pretty good challenger team.
Yeah, a good team. If you can carry in a game like this, then of course you can carry the solo queue. Just for people watching, like Maokai, you get fed. Any jungler, you get fed.
You get fed, get mobility boosts, and just run around ganking. That's beautiful about Maokai. And we're gonna do another gank here on mid lane, and I'm gonna actually catch him under the tower and get away at like no HP. So,
would you be thinking about maybe? Because you're so strong, you have so much pressure. Wouldn't Dragon become? Obviously, you can't solo Dragon, but would you be making a Dragon play after you get
Not
this?
Not necessarily, because our bot lane is top lane, so we kind of have to forfeit a little bit on the Dragon. So we just pick up the Duplicate skill really easily. He picks it up, and I just get out of the turret, and I auto-hit a creep or something to get some HP back. It's not a big deal. Maokai is really good at sustaining himself in the jungle.
And just going back to this Dragon thing, now that the top lane's actually disappeared, the top tower is gone, will you be swapping the lanes back around again, sending the AD support back down to bot lane? And in that case, maybe Dragon would open itself up for you, because this top tower has been destroyed. Yeah,
so we're gonna start, regulating, I guess is the right way to put it, the lanes. I was kind of scared Matroko was going to get dived by the level 6 Leona, but it doesn't look like that was going to happen. Just, you know, go back a little bit to farming my jungle, picking up some extra gold. I'm going to get the Spirit of the Ancient Golem now. I really like rushing the item because it's really cost effective, and I'm really fed tree right now, so it's all good.
It works really well with Moby boots as well, because obviously you don't get any tenacity when you decide to go for Mobies, so tenacity on the Spirit of the Elder Golem. Is that the Spirit of the Ancient Golem? Sorry.
Yeah, well, I was thinking to myself I could have gotten Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, and it's an interesting item, definitely something I should run around with, but I really like the Golem item so much. I mean, all the jungle items are cost effective, and alright, I was a little bit worried that Elise was coming, and I decided that since I already had this ward in my inventory, I just ward over the wall from here, from the red buff, so I can catch if anyone's running around. That's another thing, is like as a jungler you should also be looking for these big walls to try to ward over them. There's one like over by the red butt, the red push. The dragon one is a little bit more difficult to do, but you could also do it on the one next to the mid tower, enemy mid tower.
Oh yeah.
You see that one? You could also ward right over it into the bush.
Yeah.
So you don't get yourself in a precarious position. So that's just a general tip right there.
And also maybe from behind the top tower. It's kind of, I don't really know how to explain this because you can't see what I'm looking at, but it's into the top lane bush. You know what? I won't be able to explain it too well, but I just showed it for the viewers on my screen, so they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So this is a little bit of a messy fight. We're about to engage in a fight. We have Shen with ult. The Zac is really low, so it's like pretty much a go-to for the fight. Phelox gets caught right out of position, and I jump on Broto. So I pop the ult a little bit too late, and now I'm tanking 4 people with my ult. 11 minutes into the game, no one's really tanky. But then I get the ult, and I flash back into the facility, and I go back into the middle of the team. I'm pretty much dead. But this is pretty much a cleanup fight right now. So Dupliance is going to flash over, flash the taunt, and Huyu is going to pick up another kill. Matroko is going to go for a Zykeon. They're going to flash over the wall and pick that up. So that's in the end, like a 3 for 2. Yeah, that's a 3 for 2 exchange, and definitely in our favor there. Though the fight could have been a lot better. It could have been done a lot better. Oh yeah, this Caitlyn I think is gonna die. I don't know, she's gonna get out.
Where is she? Oh, there she is.
Facility, man.
Sneaky.
We're gonna get a Drake for it. We're gonna get a Drake for it. They're gonna pick that up.
Would there be any point where you would buy an Oracle? I know you said this isn't Season 2, so you didn't buy an Oracles, but is there a point where as a jungler you should be getting Oracles, or it's worth getting an Oracles early on in the game at least?
Well, maybe later into the game, but Phelox has always really been really good at picking up the Oracle. So I don't tend to ever really need to buy one. I just well, this game I'm like 5-1 and 3. If I spent money buying wards, I couldn't get so tanky, but I can pick up such really good tanky items early, so I can just jump into the middle of the team. And you're gonna see me do that a couple of times. Okay. Just jump into the middle of the team and force summoners and force people to focus me.
Because even though you are 5-1-3, you're pretty, because your farm is so low, because you spent so much time on lanes and ganking and stuff like that. Your gold is pretty much very similar to your... In fact, you have the least gold out of everyone except your support. So it looks as though you're really fed. And you are fed. Like, as a jungler, you're really fed,
about,
but...
I have the least gold on my team beside the support,
do you?
Yeah. But just by like 6 gold.
Yeah, yeah.
Separates me and Shen.
It's still, you know... You're still really far ahead.
Yeah, but I outgold everyone on the enemy team.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we jump in on Dupliance here. See, look at this tower dive. I'm so tanky, and the passive helps me so much that I'm pretty much just able to do what I just did there.
Doesn't your passive not work on towers, though?
No. The ult passive doesn't work on towers.
Oh, your actual passive. Yeah, sorry.
But my actual passive gave me 100 HP running away from that. Though I think we're going to trade 1 for 1 here. Yeah, Huyu's probably going to die, but we pick up a bottom turret. The Zac manages to come out, and they pick that up for the Caitlyn. We just try to defend. I just try to push Zykeon away there. He gets out of there. Zac is going to try to do some crazy shit, and well, he's got a Warmog, so he's not that strong. He's just tanky.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, in bot lane, Matroko picks up this bottom turret, and we're going to be able to defend this mid tower just fine. JWoww and Phelox are actually going to make a pretty big play and force either... Yeah, they're going to force the Caitlyn back. Yeah, they deal a nice amount of damage to him, so that's what's really good about the Nami.
Yeah. If this game hadn't gone as it has, where you've just like played really well and dominated people, what would you be like afraid of at this stage in the game, like mid game?
Oh yeah, definitely Wing onto someone and having them flash back into their entire team is one of the worst things to happen to a Maokai. So Matroko whiffs the ult, but we're just gonna pick up Zykeon here for free.
It wouldn't be a good Varasol if it wasn't whiffed. Everyone whiffs Varasol. You have to.
So I asked to auto hit something, and then I just pick up a nice amount of HP. So this guy is gonna be able to get away because he flashes. So there's no flash on Zac. He's gonna get away just fine. And I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm just gonna go farm the jungle a little bit, clear the entire Wraith camp instantly, pick up some extra gold and experience for myself, and kind of this game is a lot between like lulls and heavy points of action. But right now it's a little bit of a lull because AT aren't feeling confident anymore after the entire early game. Pretty much a disaster for them.
What would you feel about Spirit's Archers and Item on Maokai? You've mentioned multiple times about how good your passive is, and they do have Zac loads of magic damage, Elise, Leona, Oriana, so much magic damage.
It's a selfish item. Spirit Research is a good item after you get Aegis, especially for MR, but I think that the Bulwark is going to help my team a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that they don't have single target magic damage, they have the Leona, the Zac, and the Oriana do AoE magic damage, so if it was something like LeBlanc, I would probably be looking to pick up a Visage, but if they have something like Karthus, it's definitely the AA Bulwark.
Do you feel as though those kind of items, though, you put it really nicely saying it's a selfish item, as a jungler, especially in the current meta, it seems to be...
There's not much room to build selfish items anymore in this jungle. Like, the only selfish item you're allowed to build, in my opinion, is Mobility Boots, Merc Threads, and Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Those are the only selfish items you can buy.
And everything else...
Everything else has to be for the team. Because that's what you play for. You don't carry 1v9 as a jungler, at least not in premates. Even Nocturnes, they get a lot of gold and they buy Spirit of the Lizard Elder. You know, they don't go just Spirit of the Lizard Elder into Blade of the Ruined King, into Infinity Edge. They go Spirit of the Lizard Elder into Bulwark, into Locket, into Randuin's. And Randuin's isn't a selfish item, it's an aura item.
Yeah, that's kind of... the Randuin's is a really nice item in just because it's a nice midway point. You know, it's not as selfless as an Aegis or a Locket, but it's not completely selfish item, like you say.
So we're grouping mid. The Elise is coming in from the top side, and I try to pick her off, but she's just a little bit faster than I am in the movement. So I throw a sapling, and just for some free vision. That's a 35-second ward right here. Motroko almost gets caught out there, and the Caitlyn's starting to move in. But Caitlyn's so far behind at this point that we can pretty much... I think we're actually going to pull a dive in a second. Yeah, we're going to dive them. We're definitely going to dive them in about a few seconds. We're going to dive behind the turret, kill the turret, and then move on.
The Nami, Varus all combined with your tankiness and Shen's ultimate.
There's a lot of follow-up on the team. We pick one guy off, they're dead. If one guy gets picked off by the snare, like, look, Bro is at half HP now. The Rise catches him over the wall, which is a really good pickup from Huyu. And check this out. I'm just, like, giving zero fucks right now. I'm a Maokai, I'm a tree. I walk into tower range and just say YOLO.
God, the YOLO is coming out. That's when you know you mean business.
Yep, so I flash onto Dupley and he flashes back into his team. This might be a bad situation, but I'm a Maokai. I don't care. All the turnaround just goes back onto their faces, and, you know, we get taken quite low. It was a little bit of a risky dive, and they kited it really well, AT at least, but we make it out just fine. And I'm not sure if we turn it. Oh, yeah. I almost died there, but it's okay. Almost isn't dead.
That Shen is such a bro. He even dashed to try and save you.
Yeah. Yeah, JWoww was a bro, man.
He's your #1 fanboy.
I call him Bro-wow.
I may have to have words with him. There can't be 2 Brokenshard fanboys.
No.
There can only be 1.
Oh, that was a nice flash taunt from JWoww, and I jump onto the Dupliance to just separate him from the team. I actually die here because of the Caitlyn auto attack, but Caitlyn's actually going to die for that pleasure. We pick off a 3-for-1 actually. Caitlyn is going to die. She's going to get chased down by JWoww.
You got ignited as well, which is like the bane of Maokai's is kind of like ignite, not just because it's fire and you're a tree, but
it's true damage.
True damage, so it doesn't. Your ult doesn't affect it,
reduce.
and it cuts your passive in half as well with the healing reduction.
His ultimate used to reduce true damage, but it got hot fixed like a few days after he was released.
That would be so broken, holy crap.
So Huyu actually picks up a free kill here on Zykeon, and it's some pretty funky shit because he tries to do some epic flash plays.
And this where he tries to do the Duke flash that way. I didn't quite see it because for some reason it skipped me back into spawn, but.
He could have flashed over the wall, but instead he flashed back into the bush, so.
Trying to bush Duke.
So in the end, let's recount, that's a 4-for-1 and a Drake. We're 7k gold in the lead. I'm not sure if I have the Aegis yet. Yeah, I have the Aegis now, so it's like looking really good for us right now. Pick up the free Drake.
Wow, that's really good. Bubbling that Zac as he's about to jump. It's pretty pro.
That Broto just took a huge amount of damage from the Varus Q. He has the Brutalizer. He likes the Brutalizer as an item, and he goes R-Pen marks, too, so... Like, at the moment, Motroko has 34 armor penetration, so that's a pretty big deal. We do make a play here. I just jump onto the Elise, and it puts me right back next to Duplane, so I hit both of them. So I'm just kind of following them right now. I make sure to auto attack in between as much as possible, push my Q, and then we just keep picking up kills. And that's one thing I really like about Maokai. He's so good at extended fights. We just move on and move on, picking up kills after kill after kill. You saw, it's always really important to follow them.
It helps if they flash into their team as well and they take you with them.
Yeah, it does also help if they flash into their team.
And all the while as well, Shen is just top. Like Shen is just so good for when you're already ahead, because you don't need him to make plays, and then look at what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's off on another lane, wrecking havoc over there as well.
Exactly. So I got the Shen quite ahead in the early game because we were kind of dominating the AD support lane 2v2. So it ended up being really good for us. So he's doing a lot of damage to the turret. It's probably gonna he's gonna back off in about a second. Shadow dash.
I was gonna ask as well. Sorry, about Varus has built Alacrity on his boots already. Is there any real reason for why he's done that, or are you not too?
Because it's Matroko and he's crazy.
Ah, fair enough. Enough said. I can imagine you and your crazy friends. I'm not gonna ask for any more details.
I'm crazy enough. Just imagine what my team would be like.
Exactly. The only team that can handle you. This random guy builds Alacrity on his boots. I get it.
Well, he built Black Cleaver on Varus, so as the only AD on our team. And like at this point, it's pretty safe to say it's GG 10k gold lead. Everyone is much higher CS, much higher level, much higher map control. We've kind of pushed back a lot of their towers, so we're ahead by like 2 towers. 1 tower.
I can see as well that this replay only has 1 minute going, so it pretty much is GG. But from a theoretical point of view, what are you looking to do now to finish out this game? Are you looking for Baron, or are you just going to be split pushing with Shen,
dive.
or diving?
Split push Shen and dive, because we have Maokai, and we have a good follow-up from the team. If I pop right under their turret, I'm going to be just fine with my ultimate keeping me alive while they focus me. And I do big plays here, walk right into people, and I'm a Maokai and just tank everything. I greed up for that spectral raid.
Holy crap, that is efficiency right there.
So we're pretty much just kiting him back and forth. We don't have the bars here, so we're being really careful about how we engage, but then we pretty much allow them to split, and we're gonna pick him up very shortly. So Zykeon is about to get picked up by the taunt. No, he's gonna get picked up by my thing, and then he's just gonna die. And then now, Febiven is captured. I give my life so we get the 2 next kills, but the thing about W is that it resets tower aggro, but since there was no one under turret, it didn't reset. But here's a really big play from Huyu. Well, good play from JWoww. He actually taunts it, and that's pretty much game right there. They pause the game and say GG, well played, and that's it.
And that's it. So, awesome. So this was actually, I mean, it's nice. It's not every day that I get to see a commentary of like an actual scrim between 2 teams. So thanks a lot for showing me this game, Brokenshard, as well. Because you're now on a new team, obviously you're not affiliated with Dragonborns anymore. You parted ways with that team, and now you're on TCM. So now will be a good time now this game's over if you want to give a little any info about TCM, like details or just about the team in general, because people probably don't know who they are, and so you can.
I can give a little bit of a shout out to my sponsors.
Sure.
CM Storm, BenQ, CM Storm, BenQ, Cooler Master, Hapaj, CCL. Just shout out to them for keeping TCM. TCM actually has a lot of sponsors, so it's hard. It's kind of hard to keep track of them, but I do my best. You can visit, tcmgaming.net. Or is it? Wow. Yeah, tcmgaming.net for some info about when TCM is going to show up. Our League of Legends team is invited to the Gfinity LAN on the 12th to the 14th of July, so you could catch us there as our first official offline event. Aside from that, you can catch us on the Challenger Series, which is a weekly tournament. Or, just catch us on our streams. I stream, or if you're into Spanish streams, you can watch Matroko stream. You can find that all on the TCM Facebook, which is facebook.com/TCM Gaming. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, all the links you just said, Broken, they'll be in the description for you guys if you want to go check them out for yourself. Take a look at TCM and see one of the upcoming Challenger teams. The guys that will, like I say, these guys should be knocking on the door of the LCS when it does come around to that time. So, thank you again, Brokenshard, for doing this commentary with me and sharing me this game. It was a good game to do. But thanks for doing this, Brokenshard, and thank you guys for watching. And as always, I will see you in my next video.